I film quite a lot in my car, and one of the questions that I get asked all the time is what equipment do I use and how do I do it? Two of the basic things that you're going to need is a suction mount and a magnetic mount. And we're going to take a look right now and see how it all comes together. If you're somebody who loves capturing adventures on a camera, then you're going to love this guide creating epic driving videos using your GoPro. Whether you're cruising down the highway, exploring scenic routes, or even on a racetrack, a GoPro camera can help you capture stunning footage to share with your friends and family. In this video, we're going to cover everything that you're going to need to know about filming yourself driving with a GoPro, including choosing the right camera and mounts and tips on getting the best footage. So buckle up and let's get driving. Okay, so these here are the settings that I actually use when I have the GoPro mounted on the car, either inside or on the bonnet. Basically what I'm at, if I go in here, I'm shooting at 4K, 25 frames per second. The lens I change between linear and wide. The hyper smooth is set to boost. I basically have the bitrate on high, 10-bit. My shutter is at 1/50 because I'm shooting at 25 frames per second. The white balance is at 4,500 Kelvin. My minimum 100, maximum is 400. Color is set to flat. I usually have my sharpness on medium anyway, and not to worry too much about mics. So when I'm in the car, obviously I'm going to have either a wireless mic set up on the camera, or else I'm actually going to have the camera mics set to on also. I don't like using the media mod, so I use the camera mic. So that's the basic setup that's there, and my shortcuts that's in the front for my stabilization. If I want to go to we say maybe 50 frames per second, and then if I want to change it to wide, I have the option to do that then as well. So that's basically my setup that I use both inside and outside of the car. Okay, so when it comes to suction cup mounts, that's what I prefer to use on the inside of the car. Obviously the outside of the car, you've got a lot of metallic on the outside, a lot of metal on the outside, that I think it's much better to use an actual magnetic mount. But on the inside, you're not going to have as much of that. I do believe that these suction mounts are the better option. Now I've got two types of ones that are actually here. So this one is a single suction cup. So basically if you wet that and you mount that on the screen or the windscreen like this, that's fairly solid there. Now what I've also got as well is a triple leg one, if you like. So same, I just wet it a little bit, and that's going to be an option as well. So you're getting a much better attachment to your windscreen or anywhere else, and you could practically swing off of that and it's not going to come off. What this is if you look here, is the standard GoPro mounting. So in other words, if I wanted to mount my GoPro to that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a standard GoPro mount and attach that. It's like the buckle clip or the bike clip. What'll happen is that'll attach in here. So you're going to attach that. So now if I take the GoPro and I attach this to the windscreen, and you can just adjust these settings here yourself. Now what I've got is I've got the GoPro attached here on the single mount. Let me just actually take this one out of the way for a second. So now there you have it mounted on the windscreen. You can move it any direction that you want, and it is mounted on the windscreen. So that's the single one. Now like I said, that actually has the GoPro mount that's actually on it. The other option is, as I said, this is a triple mount one, but on this you've actually got, if you could see here, that's a quarter mount or a 1/4 inch thread. So you're going to need a different adapter to mount your GoPro on that. The mount that you're going to need for that is just this 1/4 inch mounting, and I'll put a link in the description below. I got this one from HSU. So if I now attach this, the GoPro to this one, now what I can do is I can take my triple extension here, and I can basically attach the GoPro to that. Just spin it on top here. Now if I take this and I attach it to the windscreen, And you're getting a pretty good lock out of all of those. And now you have a much stronger connection that's actually there. Now, one of the handiest things that you're ever going to have is the actual quick app on your phone for it when your GoPro's on the outside of the car, as well as while it's even on the inside in here. Now, bear in mind as well that you're going to have to put this in a position where it's not going to obscure your field of view while you're driving, because you will be pulled over by the police or the cops or guards wherever you're actually located. So what I do is I connect to the quick app to my GoPro, and what that basically is going to do is it's going to allow me to basically control it turning on and off. It's on the outside of the car and also when it's on the inside of the car. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to mount it on the side window here, same thing again. Just remember not to roll down your window. And now again, you've got another view. And like I said, you can move it from window to window and you're going to have a view every single time from every single angle in the car. And now with the camera mounted on the back here, the back window, you get a fantastic view just down the line. You know, you got a full view of the whole car and the road that's actually in front of you. So great options for placing the suction cup mount all over the car on the windows, and you're getting some great angles. Now, in regards to the magnetic mount, like I said, it's a 1/4 inch thread that's actually on this, so you put your little HSU adapter that's on it. So this is very strong. I actually do have another video if you do want to check that out. I'll put the link in the description to that one. This also, the magnetic mount, is by HSU. So very strong, and if you're just going to place it, we say directly in the center of your car here. And what I'm actually going to do is tighten that up. Now I have that set to a wide angle view, and that's actually not going to go anywhere. So if I just record right now, and you're going to see what kind of an angle that's actually going to give you. And I'm going to show you some examples again at the very end. Now, another great option if you didn't want to mount it up there in the center of the car and you didn't want the car in view, is you could also mount it to the front. So I'm basically going to put it on here. Like I said, that's very, very strong. Now you're going to be getting a view from the very, very front of the car driving along the road, and you're not going to basically see any car in it. And like I said, this mount is very, very strong. That's not going anywhere. So as you're driving, you want to record as well. And like I said, it's not going to go anywhere, and you're going to have a nice lower to the ground view. Now another option here is to put it low on the side of the car. So this panel down here isn't magnetic, but this one is. That's lock solid. So a great option is to put it down low like this, and you're going to get an absolutely fantastic angle as you're driving. So folks, a couple of added extras to bear in mind while you're actually shooting, while you have your GoPro mounted either inside the car or outside the car. A very good option also is to shoot time lapses. I've done this in the past, and you can come up with, especially at night time, fantastic time lapses when it's mounted to the car. And if you want a passage through time, if you're taking on a long journey or a beautiful scenic journey, it's a good idea to shoot a time lapse while you go as well. Now, if you do want to use the 180-degree rule, you're going to get more cinematic footage if you do use that. Now, unfortunately, if it's very bright, you're going to have to take into account ND filters. So I'll put a link in the description below for the ND filters that I use. They're called Polar Pro, and they come as an 8, 16 and a 32. And it's basically just a lens that will attach to your GoPro. It replaces the existing lens that's on it. And it's a fantastic option. I always have them in my bag, and definitely they're a great add-on. So once you capture your fantastic footage, the next thing that you're going to want to do is to edit it. Now, I'm not going to go into that today, but if you'd like to see a video on the editing process that I go through, then leave a comment below and I'll take a look at doing that. What I do use is a software called DaVinci Resolve. There is a free version if you want to take a look at that. Another fantastic option that's there is called CapCut. Very easy to use, both of those programs. I prefer DaVinci Resolve for the color grading aspect of it, and it's very professional software. But CapCut is a good option as well. So take a look at both of those, and if you would like to see an editing version, then just let me know in the comments below and I'd be sure to show you that. Now, just to do a quick recap, 2 things that you need to get yourself is a suction cup mount be it a more heavy duty one like that or a single mount. And then your next option is to get yourself a magnetic mount for the outside of the car. Don't forget your ND filters, and also don't forget to do some time lapses. Make sure you experiment with mounting the camera in different parts of the car, behind you, next to you. Basically, it's going to give you some fantastic B-roll, and it's going to just add more and more to your productions. So hopefully folks, you got something from that video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit the like button, and don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. Take care, folks.